Hey, and welcome to another episode of iKnowJax. I'm Joe Talentino. Now, I hope you had a relaxing Thanksgiving. I know I did. So what I want to know is, did you go out and partake in all that craziness on Black Friday too? If you did, you're probably ready to sit down for a few minutes, kick up your feet and relax with a unique local TV show made just for you. Over the years, I've learned that many new viewers find me by flipping through the channels, and it's often said that going spastic with the remote is a guy thing, but I'm not really sure that's true. There are quite a few women who do that too. Well, if you're one of those people who watch the TV with remote in hand, put it down. Let me assure you, today you're in for a treat. And for future reference, you can find my show online as well. It's available on my website at iKnowJax.com already on Saturday mornings. iKnowJax celebrated our 6th year anniversary this month, but our friends at the Fish Company actually celebrated their 10-year anniversary this month. Congratulations, guys.
Well, we start with some vegetables. In this case, we're going to use some celery.
Some celery, not bad.
We're going to chop it up kind of fine. Don't need a whole bunch for the portion we're doing today.
Well, it is spoon size.
It is spoon size.
We're not going to go crazy here. We're not making a salad, right?
We ain't making a salad, Joe.
Bill continued with the shallot.
I wouldn't normally discard that, Joe, but
you know, for me,
I'm doing it for you.
The best.
Special. TV. Then we take one of these babies, a little jalapeno pepper. Or habanero.
Habanero. I know the difference. Those are a little hotter.
That'll hurt you.
I like those.
That's why I wear the one glove.
The Michael Jackson style.
I don't want to touch those seeds.
Got ya. Now we have celery, shallots, and habanero in the bowl. Time to add fish. Bill cuts the snapper into tiny pieces to reduce the time it takes to marinate. So fresh local ingredients, made right here.
Made right here in Florida.
Gotta love it. He adds a pinch of sugar to balance the heat just a little bit, and about half a teaspoon of sea salt. Then we add lime and lemon juice.
I'm doing pretty much 3 to 1.
Gotcha.
Lemons, 2 lime juice.
So I'm gonna ask a dumb question. Whitefish, is that a type of fish or?
Well, we just use several different types of fish.
Of whitefish? Okay.
Yeah. So one day it could be flounder, one day it could be tilapia.
So a whitefish, I got
A whitefish.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
So that's about the consistency we want.
All right, sweet.
So you can see that it's already starting
to cook. Yeah.
All right.
And the trick there is cutting it up into small pieces so you don't have to wait too long, right?
That's correct. The
fresh basil smells really good. What type of basil is that? That doesn't look like the regular globe basil or...
Well...
It's that kind of basil.
It's basil. What we get from like McClenny, Florida. There's a little herb farm there.
Sweet.
We're not trying to break any chopping records.
No, I don't break any records of any kind.
So that's we're just going to use a small amount of that basil.
Oh, nice.
And we are going to, we pretty much completed the dish. So we pretty much finished our ceviche. So I'll show you how we would serve this.
All right.
And I'll show you how I would eat it. Because, you know, I don't think you know, but there's the Peruvians who this recipe is based on.
Right.
They have a certain way of eating ceviche.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And they don't dip it.
Okay.
And they don't spoon it. They don't use chips for it. It's one bite.
Slurp the whole thing down.
Slurp the whole thing down. That way you get everything.
My kind of people.
Yeah.
I like those.
So you get the juice and you get everything. So we got our little toasted chip. You take the whole spoon.
Dude did it right. So it's like a shot. It's a seafood shot.
And it's delicious.
So, not to be outdone, I'm going to have to try that too. It's a whitefish ceviche shot.
He's already changed the name of it. From a spoon to a shot.
Dude, that's awesome. Nice heat.
fresh and easy. You get a little heat in there.
I like that.
We might have over habanero.
No, not for me, man. You can't get it too hot. Wow.
The fish company has been a sponsor of iKnowJax since the very beginning. I often go there for happy hour and have a beer and a couple of ceviche shots. And if you love oysters, you can get a dozen oysters for $7.99 on Wednesdays all day. Now when you go, make sure to tell them that you heard about it from Joe at iKnowJax. I have known Steve Howard for years now. He's become a good friend of mine, and one thing we have in common as well, we both run local businesses. He has a very cool and unusual business, and we met up at the Flask and Cannon in Jax Beach for a chat about Trivia Nation's latest development. Steve, tell me about Trivia Nation. What is it exactly?
Sure, Joe. Trivia Nation is a restaurant, bar, country club marketing entertainment company.
Okay.
It's kind of a lot to say, but we essentially host live trivia shows in restaurants and bars and country clubs, and our main focus is to bring people together to have fun.
I like that job. How do I get one?
Well, so I've been doing this for 10 years now, and fortunately we have over 100 customers or clients, restaurants, bars, country clubs, every week. We host over 120 live trivia shows every week, and we've had a lot of success, and so we have figured out that we have a special formula to get people to come out and provide a lot of fun to them, and then a high ROI to our restaurant, bar, country club partners. So we're starting a franchise.
You figured out the formula, you got it, now you're ready to share the wealth, so to speak. Tell me how that whole thing's going to work.
Well, so through trials and tribulations and testing, we've figured out the marketing, we figured out how to hire and who to hire,
okay,
and who to train. We figured out who we should try to attract to these restaurants, bars, and country clubs.
Right.
And so we've noticed throughout our research that no one seems to really know how to get people to come and play this game as well as we do. So
cool.
Our restaurant and bars are really crowded, and a lot of people are eating and drinking and spending money.
Right.
And so, as any good franchise, we have a formula for success.
So that's the benefit of being with Trivia Nation.
Yeah.
That's got to be it, right?
So if I could explain a little bit, working with restaurants and bars is extremely difficult.
I know this.
As you know. Okay, so there's such high turnover and churn with restaurants and bars.
Sure.
They're going out of business all of the time.
Yeah.
So with a company like ours, we can do a very good job, but if we're not working with the right clients,
right,
they're going to go out of business,
yeah,
right? And so we are looking for the right candidate.
Okay. So not just anybody with enough money can do this.
That's correct. So, you know, as a franchisor, my understanding that I'm going to build my business through franchisees, what do I need to do? I need to be an excellent franchisor.
Right.
And I need to choose franchisees properly.
Yeah. So tell me this. You know, I got a day job. Do I have to quit my job to do this Trivia Nation thing?
Okay, so
if I want to be a franchisee?
So that's
not that I'm quitting my day job, guys, I'm not, but I'm just saying if I wanted to.
So that's the great part of buying a Trivia Nation franchise, is you can continue to work at your full-time job and do this part-time and grow it that way.
Okay.
And then eventually, if you want.
So I can start it as a good side hustle and grow it into whatever I want it to be.
Absolutely, you can.
Okay.
As an example, so we're looking for people who want to bring people together to have fun. That's what we do. So we're looking for people who like to go out to restaurants and bars. Okay.
Just saying.
We're looking for people that have a lot of friends that like to throw parties. We're looking for people that like to go to parties.
Yeah.
Because this is all about what we do.
Right. Now, we recently started working with Trivia Nation here on iKnowJax, and every episode we do a trivia question. I know I told you to relax and kick your feet up, but I'm also going to make sure that you use all of that awesome brain power of yours. But before we get into that, let's talk about wine. I'm here with my buddy Chris Chislett, the wine guy, and tonight he's going to teach us all about port wine, right?
Yeah, we're going to be a little bit all over the place, as normal.
Well, I mean, that's where we start.
We're going to talk about port, then we're going to look at a little bit of a kind of food pairing.
Okay, cool.
With port. So this is the Dow's Ruby port. All right, this is kind of where port starts. A bunch of different types of ports. There's over 100 different grapes that you can potentially use in port. There's a few like Tinto Roriz, Tinto Kai, Tinto Barocca, Torrega Francesca, like crazy names.
Sounds so foreign to me.
Yeah, so those are the main big types of grapes. Well, we might even put them up on the screen.
Sure, why not?
So this is kind of where port starts. This is under $20 a bottle. Yeah, this is, if you really kind of want to get into port, there's tawnies and vintage and late bottle vintage. Longer. Yeah, exactly. So this is really kind of one of the younger, fresher kind of examples.
Now, what makes a port? Like, how's it different from other wines?
Well, first of all, it's made in Portugal. So this is Dow's. It's one of the oldest houses. I think we were talking earlier. You've got a bottle of like Taylor Fladgate. Was it? Yeah. So there's a bunch of like really historic old, port houses.
We're talking hundreds of years.
Oh yeah. No, in crazy history backing them. Yeah. There's really not many new. It's not like a new port, house. Yeah, really, it's kind of the big guys are kind of controlling the whole thing. So it's also fortified, so that added alcohol to it. This is 19%, so
not hating that.
No, it'll definitely get you drunk in a hurry, but you can't drink it like regular wine. You're really sipping it. We've got a little bit in the glass, but that's probably about as much as you can.
And you can actually see the alcohol there.
Good work, little buddy. Well done.
You taught me well.
Seriously. So yeah, if you swirl it, you can really see those legs. Really prominent. Really kind of stains the glass itself, and that's again just the alcohol. So it's a good indicator.
And it smells like raisins.
Really does. Well done. So yeah, if we give it a little swirl,
swirly poo.
Really smell the like concentrated fruit. Yeah, but dried fruit. Dried cranberry, raisins, prunes. Yeah, like plum. But yeah, so if you want to give it a little taste, we're gonna I'll let him do the tasting and the eating and all the fun stuff, and I'll just kind of talk while he's.
That sounds. I can do that all night long.
So what do you think? You see what I mean? A little sip is kind of good. It wakes up the palate,
Sweet,
but it's for sure. So it's going to be interesting to look at the cheese and the chocolate. Okay. The reason that I've got, really kind of two different food items. We've got a salty Stilton cheese.
Right. Okay. I never would have thought of that. I like it with chocolate. I've had it with chocolate desserts before.
Yeah, for sure. The way that I liken like Stilton cheese and pairing it with like port, like a sweeter port, it's almost like chocolate-covered popcorn. Shouldn't work.
Go together, but they do.
Yeah, because it's like the salty and the sweet. So that's kind of what we're doing here.
So the cheese, try the cheese.
Yeah, sure. So have a little bit of cheese and essentially rinse it down with some of the port. The cheese is going to coat your mouth. This is all happening as we speak. And then you're gonna essentially the two parts combined, are going to give you this. I never would say like euphoric tasting experience, but
it really makes
sense, right? It makes sense once you.
Because I've done the chocolate before. Because that's how I got introduced to port.
Right.
Was the dark chocolate.
Right.
Tort or whatever.
Yeah. Well, and this is what we'd call a contrasting wine.
Because it's on the other end of the
spectrum. Yeah, because you've got the sweet and you've got the salty. So if you want to try a little bit of the chocolate, this is what we call a comparative. Wine. Different ways of tasting foods with wine. So we've got the sweet and the sweet. We have the salty and the sweet. So that just kind of works as well. It's more obvious. Sweet with sweet. It really kind of does work.
Such a horrible job we have.
I know. Not bad, right?
I'm going to continue eating. You continue talking.
Yeah. So this, so Dow's Ruby. It's under $20. It's not like not a lot of people drink port. If they drink it, it's as a food pairing kind of item.
You can really taste the alcohol though.
Oh, for sure. It, at the back of your throat, it really kind of warms you up a little bit.
Sophisticated fireball.
He has a way with words. It's unbelievable.
Poetic, I would say.
He pulls this.
We'll see you guys again on the next Wine Guy segment. I love port, I really do. It's something I like to add to my Christmas dinner, and I think Chris would be very proud of me. My family has a very British tradition. We actually eat plum pudding. It's not a Swedish Christmas tradition at all. My mother-in-law started including it after a trip to London, and so the story goes. And who cares? I love plum pudding, and guess what? It goes really well with pork.
Hey, this is Steve with Trivia Nation. It's time to get your think on. What late celebrity has appeared on the cover of People magazine nearly 60 times, more than anyone else in history by a wide margin? Again, what late celebrity has appeared on the cover of People magazine nearly 60 times, more than anyone else in history by a wide margin? Hey, this is Steve with Trivia Nation. Time to get your think on. What late celebrity has appeared on the cover of People magazine nearly 60 times, more than anyone else in history by a wide margin? That was Princess Diana. Please join us at any of our 50 locations in Northeast Florida. Just go to trivianation.com for more details.
I want you to become an iKnowJax ambassador. We're creating a group for people who want to actively be involved in helping us keep our local flavor. See, our motto at iKnowJax is eat local, drink local, and be local. I love going on local adventures, trying new local restaurants, and finding fun things to do in the Jacksonville area. I also believe that we need to protect and support our small local businesses. And when you spend money with a local business, it benefits our whole community. Here's an example. A local restaurant is often buying local Mayport shrimp and local produce, but a chain restaurant places a big order for the group, and most likely their supplies are shipped in from somewhere else. They might even be using frozen shrimp from China. You can think about it this way too. If you order lunch for 20 people for your office from a local restaurant, that makes a huge difference for the local sandwich shop. If you do it from a big chain, not so much. Having thriving local restaurants, craft breweries, and other businesses is what makes a city unique. Big box stores, chains, and franchises have big marketing budgets, while small local businesses often struggle to get the word out. This is where iKnowJax makes a difference. We help showcase these great local places. Now, it's important to our community to stay local, to not get overrun by the big national chains. We want to keep our local flavor, plain and simple. I believe that this is the true goal of iKnowJax, and now I'm starting the ambassador program so that you can help. As an ambassador, you will get to actively be involved in iKnowJax. You can sign up to volunteer in a variety of projects. How much time you want to spend is of course up to you, because this is a volunteer project. To be successful, you need to be comfortable using social media. I'm starting a special Facebook group for communication, and we'll also have regular in-person meetups all around town. If you're interested, all you got to do is go to this web address and fill out the form. Thanks for hanging out with me. I always enjoy your company, and I hope you enjoy mine too. I hope you consider signing up for the iKnowJax Ambassador Program. I have great plans for us in 2018, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Next week, we're going to have a story from the Hot Shot Bakery in St. Augustine, among other things, so you don't want to miss that. That's it for today. I'll be back next Sunday at 6:30 p.m. on CW17, or if you can't see me there, check out my website at iKnowJax.com. I'll have the new episode uploaded Saturday for your viewing pleasure. See you next week, but before then, I'll see you on the internet.